Hi everyone, Michael Anfield here, and thank you for joining me. So this video is what I've learned, the biggest lessons I've learned in the past 10 years being a vegan. So I've learned a lot, and these are the main things that I've learned. So I've been vegan since 2009, sometime spring or summer 2009, and what I've learned in the beginning of my journey is that when you become a vegan or you think you're a vegan, and I mean a vegan, not just plant-based eater eating, vegan meals, but also not purchasing anything that comes from animals, clothing that comes from animals, or anything tested that comes from animals, or anything that contains animal ingredients, whatever the case may be. Just understanding all that, and also doing all the research and all the reading that you can, at least for the first few years that you're a vegan. So at least for 2-3 years, doing all the reading, all the research, all the watching the videos and the documentaries, doing all that. That is number one thing that you must do. Now, another thing you must understand also is how to be the best vegan advocate for the animals. So what this means is that how to speak properly with people and how to judge the situation and see what is the best way for this particular situation, or what is the best way for this particular situation. Or if you're talking in a group, for example, like a classroom situation, or if you're talking one-on-one with somebody, it's going to be a little bit different. So you need to understand that there's different things that will take place, different ways that you're going to communicate with these different groups of people. So you need to understand that. You also need to understand that when you're communicating with some people, that you use, or everyone actually, you'll use the I statement, like I went vegan, or my journey. Or if you sometimes have to comment on humans, then you say we humans, or humanity, or we are, instead of saying you, because when you say you, why did you, or why, unless you're asking them a question, personal question about themselves, their diet habits, like if they tell you like, oh, I don't eat cheese, and then you say, well, why don't you eat cheese? Or what was the reason why you got rid of milk, or something like that. So, but you don't say something like, well, you need to change, or you need to do this, or you need to do that, because people don't like other people telling them what to do. Okay? So that is something that we need to work on, and it takes years sometimes. So I've learned how to communicate, and I'm not perfect by any means, I'm still learning as well. But basically, to learn to communicate, learn to do all the research and investigate, read all you can about veganism and animal rights. And what else did I learn over the 10 years of being vegan? Well, if you want to be more of a raw foodist, then you have to have raw food around you. So if you want to eat just fruits and vegetables, you got to have a lot of fruits and vegetables around you. And no junk food, no cooked food, no anything like that. So if you're out and about and you have your backpack, fill it up with a lot of food. Okay, if you're out for a few hours, fill it up with food. If you're out for a few weeks, then make sure that you have enough raw, fresh fruits and vegetables with you. Preferably fruits, things that don't spoil as quickly. So things like oranges and apples, pears, even things like papayas, stuff like that, that you can carry around and eat. So there's not much that I really learned as a vegan in the past 10 years. I just learned how to better communicate with people, and how it was beneficial for me to watch all these documentaries and videos on YouTube and all this stuff. But I think not only that, I think also the last few years I've started to work on myself more. So that's also another really important tip, is really to work on yourself as much as you possibly can. So do the self-help stuff. Do whatever you can. The meditation, work on our own inner issues that we're faced with. Go to these, support groups, meditation groups, whatever it takes to work on the inner. But that doesn't mean that we should not work on the outer, which means that not only do we work on ourselves, the inner, our own inner struggles that we're facing, our own inner problems that we're dealing with, but also educating people on veganism. So that's why vegan advocacy is so important, advocating for veganism. We're not advocating for animals, though that's really what it is. We're advocating just for veganism. So what does that really truly mean, vegan advocacy? It means that we're advocating to try and get people going vegan, okay? So ultimately, we can never change anyone. We can only change ourselves. And we're not actually trying to change anyone. We're just planting seeds of love and compassion in people. So we're just planting seeds of love in people, and that's all we can do. So we can't really change anyone, and we're not here to change anyone. We are here to share veganism with others. That's all it is. And veganism is about love, love for all the beings on this earth, including the environment and everyone. So that's what I really learned in the past 10 years being a vegan. And really, those are the most important things. Now, there are actually two more things that I think are really, really the most important that I have forgotten to tell you, and that is positivity. So even if you're vegan or not, positivity is very important. Now, some people say, well, if you are positive or you think positive, then there must be a duality and you think about negative things. Wouldn't it be better just to think about, like, be neutral in things? And yeah, neutral thinking is somewhat good, but then you also you might think about positivity and negativity, because there's that neutral. So you know that you're neutral, and you know that there's positive and negative. And so I would say, like, for the majority of the time, try and be as positive as you possibly can in every situation, because it's helped me a lot being positive. And I know, like, some people will say, oh, you're stupid or whatever, like this is a bad situation that you got yourself into or whatever. And it's like, no, because I always learn from these situations. And if I feel that this is a positive situation, it's positive for me. But somebody else might think that is a negative thing. So, for example, some people don't like the way I live. I live kind of like a nomad, and I live anywhere, anywhere possible. And so I even live in tents if possible. I even live on the streets if possible. I live anywhere basically, and I'll get the message out however I can. And some people might think that living on the street is a bad thing, and to a lot of people it is. But to me, it's not. I feel it. I see it as positive thing, because I don't have to deal with anyone. I don't have to, fiddle around with rent when I can live for free somewhere. I don't have to put money towards something. I am more free that way. So I feel free. So when I have a small bag, and I carry just one or two small bags, I feel free. I don't have anything else. I just have these two small bags. And so I feel so free, right? So positivity is very important. And the next thing is love. So seeing everyone and everything as love. Now, I don't practice this every moment of my life, because there are entities out there that, yes, I mean, there's no benefit to hating anyone, even governments and corporations and Illuminatis and whatever the case may be. So I see everyone as love. Now, of course, when certain aspects of our society needs to change, and I can't say that, everyone is loving and everyone is caring. Maybe their actions do not follow that. So, for example, a slaughterhouse worker, they may be caring and wonderful people, but towards animals and their actions towards other beings may not be. So that's what Mahatma Gandhi said. He said, judge the person, and judge the action and not the person. And so that's what we should do. The person may be wonderful, a beautiful person, but their actions may not be aligned with that. So that's the thing. So I've learned to love everyone and incorporate in my life, unconditional love for everyone, and also positivity. Now, not just positivity in all my situations and positivity in all people, other people's situations like friends and families, but also positivity for the outlook of the future. So seeing the outlook of the future as positive. And I do. I really have strong hopes. I really have see positivity in humankind for the future, and that we can change and that we can awaken to our natural wisdom and compassion. So that's it. So thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see you soon. Take care, everyone. Don't forget to like this video, share it around with all your friends and family, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.